Hey, what's going on? So, just wanted to help you guys out with your training programs. So, when it comes to training, it's generally your blocks will generally be arranged in 4 to 6 week blocks, and that can obviously fluctuate for a variety of reasons. But we want to think of week 1 being an adjustment period. Week 2 generally will be okay, we've got an idea of what we're going to do from week 1. Week 2, we're going to load those exercises a bit heavier. Week 3 will generally be our heaviest loading, and then week 4 will either be a transition or a deload period. So with that, I am week 1 into my next cycle, and how I have my current training set up is I have 2 days that are focused on how fast can I move the bar, so also known as dynamic effort, higher speed movements with a little bit lighter loading. So on those days I like to do derivatives of snatch and clean and jerk, and maybe some jumps and throws in there, and that's about it. Then the other 2 days of the week are more intensity focused, or there's more load on the bar, but they I know it's going to be a slower movement because of the loading. So I hate to call it max effort because it's not a true max out every single session, but it is heavier than my dynamic effort days. So I'm week 1 into this cycle, and what I'm doing is today was a max effort focused, where I had some safety squat bar squats, followed by a camber bar bench, followed by some deadlifts while standing on a riser. And then I did a couple sets of some farmer's carries. So the reason that I'm putting those movements in is it takes me through a longer range of motion, and it helps me condition to the movements for when I revisit traditional straight bar exercises. So this is week 1. So if I had to give an RPE assignment, it was about a 7 out of 10 difficulty. So not all that difficult, but I'm focused on, number 1, maintaining that I'm accumulating all of my reps. I'm not missing repetitions, and that I'm having perfect posture, as close to perfect as I can get, and I'm focused on good bar speed. Now, next week, I'm gonna bump it up a little bit heavier. Third week, I'll bump it up the heaviest, and then I'll transition to a different variation of the lifts. So I would recommend, if you have access to some specialty bars, play with them, use them. They're good to expose your body to different angles, different lines of pull, because for a couple reasons. So number 1, if you're a very competitive person, you know what your numbers are for a given lift. So if you go to use a specialty bar or a variation that you're not using all the time, it makes it a little bit easier from a performance standpoint to go in and, okay, I'm going to try safety squat bar for a 5 rep max. I don't know what to get because I have no frame of reference, because I've never done it before. That's good at times because it removes you from having to go in and try to beat the number you got last week. Because if you go in every single day and you high bar back squat, you know what your numbers are, and sometimes it can take a long time for those numbers to move in the direction that you want them to move. It's also good to expose your body to different lines of pull, to rotate stress on the system. So if you think about it, and we have a high bar back squat, we're going to expose, as we get better at it, we're going to expose the body to the same type of stress, the same angles, same postures, all that stuff. And over time, if we don't change things, that can lead to overuse or a lot of stress on given joints. So even if you don't have access to a specialty bar of some kind, what you can do is you could go, okay, I'm going to go high bar back squat for the next 6 weeks, twice a week, have a light day and have a heavy day. Well, the following 6 week cycle, I'm going to go with a low bar back squat twice a week, and you can change your depth, you can change your width, you can change all sorts of things. It doesn't just have to be load on the bar. You can change position and still reap some benefits. So Just some things to think about as you evaluate your own training. If you have questions about that and you need help with anything, reach out to me anytime. Travis@dynamichp.net. Have a good day.